It's been a pleasure to get to know you and to have you here today. And thank you for making the journey. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. What a treat under this sunshine. It's quite emotional, actually. We've come all the way from London, my husband and I, and it's very clear that we're all members of the same club, isn't it? No matter where you go in the world, if you love clay and ceramics, then we're all friends before we've even met. And look at you all, there's so many of you, and it's so emotional to see this work brought together and the strength of everybody here working together to make ceramics right out there for everybody. The great news is that Mother Earth makes more clay every day than we can ever use. So it is a replenishable supply. However, when we fire it and we turn it into ceramics, there's no way back. It will last thousands and tens of thousands of years, as you know. So it is a great honour for us all to be makers and enjoyers of this wonderful material, ceramics actually, starting off as clay. The venue is absolutely superb. To have a dedicated building to clay and ceramics is absolutely wonderful. And the way the work has been displayed, it can't have been an easy task actually. Showing the work with such clarity and the beauty of each piece shone out amongst so many. I think there's more than 140 pieces. And that I have to congratulate you all who set it up, which really brings me on to the committee. I had the great pleasure of supper with a lot of the committee last night. And it's very clear that a lot of hard work goes into holding you all together. We all know that there's strength in numbers, and together we're stronger than we are as individuals, actually. And I know that there's hours and hours of meetings and tireless work. And I believe, actually, this year is a big handover from some of the committee. I don't want to make Ralph cry. But it's a big thing for everybody who works together to make the committee work, and it's just such a joy to come. I know there are 4 regions in the nationals every 2 years, and the strength, and I feel that everybody who joined in have stepped up, and I think together that happens. I was in India recently, 2 months ago, at the first ever Biennale to celebrate ceramics, and it was very clear that everybody who was involved, it's a great moment to just take a step up, and I congratulate you all. It was a absolutely difficult task to come in here and have to decide on a prize and other prizes, because every single person here has clearly put in so much work to every piece. And I want to apologise to the 98% of you who are here who I didn't award a prize to. And I hope the prize of just being part of this and it bringing out the best of you is a great thing. Very, very difficult to judge, almost impossible. But I'm so thrilled that the prize, especially the top prize, I have to say, with the BBC, I don't know how many of you illegally watch the BBC series. And I believe there are some people here who've got the whole series on a memory stick. I think Ralph might divulge that to you. But essentially, as a judge for that, I had to be objective. There were criteria, and it wasn't about personal decisions. So to come here and do the reverse of that, and to actually love the things for the reason that I love things, is a great honour. And I have to say, the staff, all of the prizes that were awarded, and the narrative prizes, especially the Google one and the White Men prize, do have a look, because we have a role with our medium often to make comments, and I wanted to commend those with my special prizes, with the pieces that I bought in my suitcase, hand luggage, lots of them, to give out. But essentially, the prize, the very top prize, to me, it was so perfectly made. And for me, I love ceramics where form and surface are combined, and there's reason for both of those things that symbiotically come together. And on the great plate with the fish on, you must have a look, because there's one thing that made it, to me, the one that shone out, and you can almost not see it. It's a splash of all milky white glaze that you only see if you catch the plate from one direction. And I don't know how, it was just that final thing, as if the fish had come out of a pool and with its tail had made a splash that had caught the reflection of the light. And to me it was the glaze and the surface, and obviously anagama is this great living beast of a firing that brings everything together. I sort of dream of joining in with anagama firings. I never have, I'm an electric person. But to me it was that splash of white glaze that made it just come alive, and the perfection. It was a big heavy piece. My work is actually really heavy, and so when I picked up the plate, and in fact I touched, I think, every single one of your works, the people who've entered this, and they touched me because your hands made them, and I picked them up. So they communicated really. So all of you, I just want to really, really congratulate you on this extraordinary experience of this exhibition. And I think looking forward, having sort of talked about really how fantastic this is and how fabulous the entrants were, it's trying to look forward and how we all have the pleasure of making with clay. We all feel it, all you makers, and the people who appreciate it, not necessarily makers. We all have that pleasure, and I feel it's our responsibility to have a little think about how we can share that. We all know it, and we're all members of this club, but there are other people who don't know about ceramics. And I think if I can call upon all of you to maybe make an effort once a month or once a week or once a day, I don't know, once a year, to stretch out to people who don't know about ceramics. And if you can afford time or materials, and you can do teaching in some way and give back to the material that feeds us so well, not always financially but spiritually. You know, I know it's a struggle. In England there are hundreds and thousands of potters who have other jobs, who manage to do their work despite everything. And that's a very important thing. But if you can all work together and make this club a little bigger, that would be fabulous.